Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today guys, as promised, I am going to be doing this updated brow routine on how to get a nice fluffy brow. You know, everyone's changing up their eyebrows to look more fluffy and a little bit more natural looking. This eyebrow is more defined than this one is, but it's fine. Always sisters, never twins. I was going to do a foundation Friday yesterday, but I have not went out and had the chance to get a new foundation because we have had a snowstorm in Scotland, so all the shops have been shut, so I didn't have the chance to go out and buy a foundation in advance because I didn't know that it was going to be this bad. The snow is literally about this deep, and I am not joking you. Enough moaning because I feel like I'm moaning too much. I thought I would do an updated brow routine video just to kind of make up for it. I was going to do this next week, but it's okay. It's fine. I'll think of something else. I will leave the link to my first brow routine in the link below, just in case you want to check that one out. If this fluffy brow is not your thing, then I will leave my other brow routine in the description box below. But yeah, if you want to see how I've done these fluffy brows, then just keep on watching. Don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be part of my little YouTube fam here on YouTube. And press that bell button to be notified on when I do post a new video. So yeah, let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so let's just get jumping right into it. So you don't need to put as much effort into this as much as you would if you were doing like the whole underline and overline and filling in kind of process, because it's hard to get like a really defined brow. Whereas with this, you're literally just underlining your eyebrows, kind of blending it up a little bit, brushing through some brow gel, and you're literally all ready to go. So let's say I was putting on like a full face of makeup. I always like to start my eyes and my eyebrows. So what I would do first is, I'm not going to be putting on a full face of makeup today. I'm literally just going to be showing you how to do the brows, and then I'm just going to wipe it off afterwards, so there's no point in me putting on like foundation. What I would do is I would grab my beauty blender with some foundation on it that I'd be using, and I would literally just coat above my eyebrows with foundation. So I would go over this whole area with foundation and kind of down the centre of my eyebrows, just so as that I don't have to carve out on top of my brows. That would be okay if you were doing like a more defined, kind of the more defined brow, which I used to do. But because it's going to be fluffy on top and your brow hairs are going to be sticking up, it's going to be hard to carve out your brows. So you'll have like an obvious gap where there's no foundation at all. Whereas if you do put some foundation over top first, you won't have to go through the trouble of carving it on top of your brows and ruining your nice fluffy brows and all the effort that you just put into it. So the products I'm using are pretty much the same, I'm just using them in a different way. So I'm going to be starting off with my favourite brow brush. This is the NYX Cosmetics brow brush, and this is number 18. And then I'm going to be grabbing my Anastasia Beverly Hills dip brow in the shade taupe. You know that I literally live for this stuff. So I'm going to start by brushing my brow hairs up. Now, usually what I would do is, usually if I was doing like a more defined brow, I would brush my hairs up and kind of outwards, just so as that my brow hairs all go in this direction. But because I'm going to be doing a more fluffy brow, I'm going to be brushing my brow hairs up and out, just to give me an idea on where I'm going to be placing the underline of my brow. So I'm going to be grabbing some of this dip brow, so I'm literally just going to tap into it and then brush kind of like out on the back of my hand like this, and just have a little bit of a play around with it to kind of warm it up and make it easier to work with. Okay, so I've now got that on my brush, and as you can see, my brush is now really flat. If your brush is nice and flat like this is, and nice and defined, you're not going to have to clean up underneath your brows as much, so you're kind of saving yourself some work to do at the end. So what I like to start doing first is I just like to underline my brows. It's pretty simple, so I like to start from about here, and I just kind of like to go along, and I don't like to make them thicker. I literally just underline where underneath my brow is. That's all I'm doing. And then when I get towards the end of my brow, I kind of like to extend it ever so slightly, so as that my brows kind of look more pointy and defined at the end. Okay, so once you went ahead and underlined your brow, this is what it should roughly look like. So all I've done is underline my brows and kind of elongated it at the end. So is that, again, I'm getting that nice sharpness at the end of my brow. So I'm going to go ahead and do this brow the exact same off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've just went ahead and done the exact same on this brow. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and just kind of blend this line up ever so slightly into my brow so that it doesn't look obvious that you've got like a line underneath your eyebrows, because that's the last thing that you want. I'm going to take like a little bit more product that was on the back of my hand and I'm just going to kind of like get a bit of my hand and kind of like take some of it off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to take my brush like this and I'm going to go like this and kind of like push the product up, and you can even put your brush sideways and kind of blend that line up and kind of just work it through the bottom, near the bottom of your eyebrow ever so slightly, and then kind of just brush the product through, start from the line and kind of brush it through so as that it looks as natural as possible. So as you can see, that line is already starting to disappear. Okay, so this is what it should look like after you've blended the product up and brushed it through your brows. I've not defined the top anyway at all. That's literally just me blending up and brushing up. That's literally all you have to do. And that is what they should look like so far. Okay, so I'm now going to be grabbing my Benefit Gimme Brow, the shade number 5. And all I'm going to do with this is literally just comb it through all my brow hairs, brushing them up nicely so as that they all look nice and fluffy. So just nicely combing through them, just brushing all my brow hairs up. Mainly focusing on the ends. Okay, so this is a brow without the hair, with the hair gel. This is the eyebrow without the brow gel, and this is the eyebrow with brow gel. So as you can see, it's very fluffy, it's very nice and bushy, which is like what we're aiming for. So I'm literally just going to go ahead and do the same on the other brow, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that is the brows themselves done. So as you can see, they're very nice and fluffy, very nice and defined at the same time. This is literally just my natural brows. I have not made them thicker. This is just the way my brows are. All I've done is define the line underneath, kind of blend it up a bit and brush my brows with the gel. That is it. That is all I've done. Because I do get comments saying that I do make my brows thicker. I don't. This is literally the way my brows are. They always have been this thick and I'm not going to make them thinner. So I do apologise if that's not what you're into. If you don't like thick eyebrows, then that is totally fine. That is all down to preference. You do you, I'll do me. I'm not changing for anyone. So all I'm going to do now is define underneath with some concealer. So I'm going to be grabbing my absolute favourite concealer, which is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C3, and my Zoeva 322 brush. And then I'm just going to go underneath and clean up any mistakes I've made. Okay, so that's me cleaned up my eyebrows. Now all I'm going to do is blend that concealer down. And as you can see, that really just helps define underneath the brow that little bit more and make the end of the tail really nice and sharp. Now obviously if I was doing my eyeshadow as well, I would pop a little bit more of that concealer on my brush and blend it down and then blend it into place. This is what they would look like if I had cleaned them up with concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same on the other brow and I'll be right back. And this is what you should be left with after you've defined underneath your eyebrows with concealer. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you out. If you're looking to update your brows, give it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it and it did help you out at all. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more upcoming videos very soon. So yeah guys, I will see you all next time. Bye guys.